Hello, friends, and welcome back to another plan with me. This is going to be for the week of September 15th through the 21st of 2025. I used the Stars Hollow printable kit from Lynner Designs, and I paired with it a sparkle, twinkle, something foil bundle from Scribble Prints Co. It's the one with like the triangle shaped confetti, I guess you would call it, in it. And that is in Champagne Lights, sparkly gold hollow, whatever you want to call it. Disclaimer, big fat one. I have never watched Gilmore Girls. I have watched clips, episodes. I've never watched it in its entirety. One of these days I do want to watch it, but I just feel like, I don't know, the clips I've seen, I'm just like, do I really want to watch this show? I don't know. This week I wasn't feeling super great. I ended up Monday and Tuesday not going to work. I just really was not feeling good. Also, I apologize if you can hear stuff in the background. I have the window open, and yes, it's cool outside, but the air feels so good. Saturday I had a game day, I guess, with my friends. Unfortunately, I kind of had a mental breakdown. In the early hours of Sunday morning, I ended up having a massive mental breakdown. Like, woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, just crying. And my mood continued into the week. Sunday was just not a good day. I even marked my mental health as trash. And the next week was just not good as well. I was in a bad mood. And I don't know, like it was just not good. But anyways, let's just move on. So Monday, I was not feeling good, like I said. I did sleep in, and then I had a YouTube binge. I had to Venmo, PayPal, I don't remember, some money for a t-shirt. Our volleyball team every year, I think, does a breast cancer volleyball, like a breast cancer money raising game where they sell shirts. And I was also told you can wear the shirt and wear jeans to work. And any time that I get the opportunity to wear jeans to work, I'm going to do it. So I did. I did cook dinner and do the dishes on this night. I couldn't tell you what I made. I did some reading, and then I also filmed. Tuesday, more of the same. Didn't feel good. Slept in and had a YouTube binge. My niece was going home or back to her mom on this day. So I did end up playing with her a little bit. And then I finished reading a book called Blue Sisters, which was pretty good. I think it was okay, but I don't think I gave it a very good rating just because it was like, whatever, it's just a book. Cooked and did the dishes on this night again, and then I did get some games delivered. I think this was when I received The Dark Quarter and Dwarf Romantic. So I talked about Dark Quarter before. It is the fantastical game set in like vintage New Orleans, and you play. It's kind of an open-ended, almost campaign style game. I guess you could call it, in which you play as. So each of the characters has their own backstory and kind of history. There's a character that's a vampire. There's a character that used to be a police detective, and he's kind of living with the fact that his wife was murdered pretty brutally. The game is definitely not for a younger audience. I would honestly say 16 plus, PG 13. Play at your own risk. You can, if you are interested in it, you can look it up on YouTube. There's a whole series of people playing it on YouTube, which is actually, when I got the game, I was trying to learn how to play it, and I was like, oh, screw this. I find that it is so much easier to just watch a game, to watch somebody play a game and explain it to me that way than it is for me to read a rule book and figure out that. So yeah, I got Dark Quarter, the Dark Quarter. And then I also ended up getting Dwarf Romantic, which is a tile placing game. It's based off of a video game that I've never played before, but I really want to kind of play it because it looks really fun. On Wednesday, I had coffee first thing in the morning and went to work. Was not feeling super great. I had a headache, upset stomach, all of the things. I started reading Hatchet Girls, which was very much a YA book. I picked up a sweater I had purchased from a local shop, and then I did talk to my parents. I think part of the reason why I was kind of heading into a little bit of a mental breakdown was, so I talked about it before, but basically, I think it was in March, I ended a 15-year friendship. I won't say relationship. Ended a 15-year friendship with somebody who at one point I did consider a friend. And her mom is not doing very well, and her mom has definitely become a second mom to me as the years have gone by, kind of not only relating to just how difficult it is to be friends with her daughter, but just in general, just, just because of who she is as a person. And she actually emailed me like that day or a few days prior saying something to me essentially like, my dying wish is for you and my daughter to become friends again. And that really hurt my feelings because she, of all people, should know how her daughter treated me and how not good of a friend she is. And so I was talking to my parents on this day, and, my mom was like, I think part of the reason why your mood is the way it is, besides the fact that I'm completely unmedicated, which I know sounds ridiculous, but there's just kind of this point where I'm like, there's just, if you can't regulate your own emotions, medication helps. But she was talking, I was talking to my parents on this night, and they're like, well, that's just not fair to you for her to ask you to do that. And I'm like, well, no, but here we are. And then I did convince them to get El Camino for dinner, which is a local Mexican restaurant for us. Just because my mom hadn't laid anything out for dinner. She wasn't feeling good. And yeah, I think that was part of the reason why I wasn't feeling good as well. My mom was not feeling good, and it was just like, it's a whole thing. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. On Thursday, I had coffee and went to work. Really wasn't feeling good again, had another headache. And then this entire week was homecoming week. And so when Thursday was twin day, so Jen, my coworker that is actually the junior high secretary, her and I had actually bought the same sweater, the one I picked up on Wednesday. Her and I had actually bought the same sweater. And so I was like, we'll just wear that in jeans and we'll twin. And it was perfect. And then I also finished Hatchet Girls on this day and started When You Were Mine, which is by Rebecca Searle. Was not a huge fan of that book, but it was also a YA book, which I think is part of my issue with it. Friday, had coffee and went to work, had a headache again, was doing some reading and had a YouTube binge. And then on this evening, I did hang some pictures. Now, I will say I did not hang pictures with a hammer, and I should have, because they fell off my wall and the frames broke. So, yeah. So now I have to deal with that. But I did hurt my finger, and I know what you're thinking. You hurt your finger hanging up the pictures. Well, like I said, I did not hang the pictures with nails like I should have. Like I said, I actually smacked my hand on a doorknob, and I hit it in just the right spot that my entire hand just went numb, and it hurt like all the next day. And the problem was that, yeah, it was numb, but then I like popped my knuckle, and that just, like, I about whittled myself. So that was cool. Saturday, I started laundry, and then I just did some computer work. I don't even know what I was doing. Probably like editing and working on planning scripts and stuff like that. I don't know. I did strip my bed so that I could wash my sheets, and then I went out to my friend's house and played with his dog before we started playing games. The first game we played was Nemesis. It's kind of like Alien in a board game. Shackleton Base was the game that I brought, and I thought I knew the game well enough to like teach people how to play it, and that did not happen. And then we played We're Doomed. We played CDSK, Mythical Dice, and then I got McDonald's on the way home, which was probably not a good idea. Like I said, Sunday, woke up, had a complete mental breakdown, continued doing my laundry, washed the dishes. There was a thunderstorm all day. Like I said, my mental health was just in the fucking garbage. I did do some prep for work, and then I stayed up kind of late reading, finishing When You Were Mine. And as I'm sitting here doing this right now, I realize that I messed up the color blocking. For some reason, when I laid out the stickers in my planner, like my planning book, I reversed the color order. And so, yeah, the Friday boxes should be red and the Sunday boxes should be orange, but it is what it is. Thank you all so very much for watching, and until I see you next time, bye bye.